Geez, that one's tough to put into words, man. I'll tell you, what a grind. Before the game, we talked about this being the toughest game in any conference tournament, regional. It's the first losers bracket game where you're coming off a loss, playing a team coming off a win. So this is the game where you find out what your team's made of. And for us to go out there and do what we did today against that type of competition, you just can't even put into words how proud I am of this team. Same story, though. We out-hit the other team, I think, in all 3 games down here. And we just, you look up again in the 3rd or 4th inning, we're out-hitting the heck out of people, and they're outscoring us. But we got the bats going, got some big hits, and Cramer just came up so big at the end of the game, and he's earned it. He's deserved it. He's worked at it. Man, if I had to do it over again, I'd have never sent you to the plate on that inside the Parker. That was probably a bad call on my part with KD coming up. But, you could go up and down this entire lineup of guys that saved the game, from Cal Gray's catch, 1st and 3rd, nobody out, doubling that guy off of 1st, Pudge picking that guy off 3rd base with less than 2 outs. Played great defense. And, I mean, you want to play your best baseball at the end of the season. This 3-game stretch is the best that we've played this whole year, and that's, again, a testament to our team and the fact that our slogan going into this season was we're on a mission to make the postseason, and goal number 1 I think has been achieved. So we're going to have to refocus and set another one maybe.
Okay, questions.
Coach, this is obviously a little bit reminiscent of last year's run to the championship game where you were able to come back from some big deficits. What are you seeing out of your team, especially in these late innings, that's allowing them to make these type of runs?
I mean, I think that what we did last year is fresh in our minds. Our team, there's never a thought in the dugout that we're out of any game. We overcame that 8-run deficit last year in the championship game, and that's fresh in everybody's mind, because the whole team's back. So everybody, for the most part, that's on our team now was here for that. So they know when we get down, it's just a matter of sticking together. And, we talked about it about a month ago when we had a chance to finish this season one way or the other. So let's just do it with effort. If you just put in the effort, the results will follow. And the effort that these guys have given, not just the coaching staff, but each other, our community, our administration, the fans, everybody that lives in the state of West Virginia. We don't have any pro teams, we're Mountaineers is it. So, there's so many people proud of these guys for what they've done.
Even when it was 2-2 and Tech kept putting people on base and you guys were able to get out of some jams, and as you mentioned, you guys were out hitting them for most of the game, especially early on. Did you feel like even when it was a tie ball game, even when they went up 4-2, that you guys still had some momentum working for you guys at that time?
Yeah, I told some of the guys in the dugout when we were down 4-2, I was like, come on, we're winning this game. We're winning in every category except runs. We were out hitting them. I thought we were out pitching them. Manoa went out there and does what he does every time, just throws his heart on the field and tries as hard as he can, But, yeah, I thought we were in control of the game. Had they not played ridiculous defense, which is what good teams do early in the game, we would have scored a lot more runs early on. But first inning, they make 2 really good plays down the lines. Rob Cramer of 2 more RBIs, and that's what good teams do. But we just, like we always do, we just kept grinding.
Jackson, can you talk about your inside the park? Don't know what they want to call it, era, home run. Let's talk about the play itself.
I mean, that was a first for me. I've never done it inside the park or anything, but it happened pretty fast. But all I got to say about it, I was pretty tired after it was over. So.
How big? What was the emotion like going into the dugout when everyone was congratulating?
It was a pretty cool moment for me, just because I tied it up in a way I've never done before, and it was cool to have that moment and share it with these guys.
Jackson, when you see your coach giving you the green light to keep going there around 3rd, what's going through your mind?
I don't know. I thought something bad happened or something, but there was a close play, and luckily he dropped it, or I don't know what happened, but yeah, it worked out for us.
Braden, you were able to slow those guys down pretty good there for 4 innings, which we all know how dangerous their offense is. What was your plan of attack against those guys?
Just to go out there and throw strikes, and if they hit it, they hit it. If they don't, they don't. Just see what happens, let my defense work.
Jackson, I know Kern's home run might get kind of lost in there. How much do you feel like that kind of breathed life in you guys, even though it was a solo shot and you're still down 2?
Yeah, that was definitely the biggest play of the game in my opinion. He's coming off the bench, wasn't in the lineup, and doesn't have many at-bats on the year. Just kind of pitched well for us earlier in the tournament, and then for him to come off the bench and hit a home run like that, probably the farthest ball I've ever seen hit, especially in this ballpark too. Like, I know anyone could hit a ball out that far, but that definitely gave us some life, and that kept us in the ball game to give us the chance to come back in the 10th and win it.
Braden, you're the one that's generally thought as the utility guy on this team. Do you say anything to Isaiah before he goes up?
I didn't really say a word. I was just sitting there on the bench praying that my guys would get the hits and get the job done.
Coach, you talked about how your team seems to play well here. Why is that?
I don't know. It's just, I think I used the analogy yesterday. It's like, some golfers just play really good golf on some courses, and confidence is a tricky thing, but we sure have it here. We love playing here. I think it has a lot to do with how we're treated here. The people of Oklahoma City have always treated us really well. The city itself and all the people here are super nice. They're very welcoming. We're the outsiders, We're the only team that flies to come to this tournament. So I think the people who don't have an allegiance to any particular team, that are just baseball fans, have kind of taken to the Mountaineers. Because we've made some friends here. We go back 5 years to when the tornado hit, and our guys are right there to step up. And I think a lot of people remember that. I've had a couple people come up to me this week and still thank us for what we did back then. There's no players here on this team that were with us when that happened, but our coaching staff was here, and people remember that, and I think they have fond memories of the Mountaineers, and I think that carries over to how we play.
Coach, I know you talked before about just how valuable Braden is to this team and what he does on both sides. But
Told you.
Ask you again. How valuable is this guy?
How many people, better than anybody, Aaron, how many people in the nation are doing what this guy's doing, as far as a two-way guy hitting 350 and 6 wins and 6 saves. That's factoring into 12 wins out of, I don't know, is that 35 for us today or 34? That's a major contributor on both sides of the baseball. So, and he'll be the first to tell you that he made that decision. He was fluttering around last year with really talented, but had to make a commitment to be an elite player. If you want to be elite at anything, you have to act that way, and he sure did make the commitment earlier this spring to being one of the best players in college baseball. And again, it's effort, and now results are following.
Coach, how much can momentum carry over tomorrow when you get to play 2?
Well, I don't think I've told these guys yet what time the game starts.
9 a.m.
9 a.m., 6 a.m. breakfast again, but I actually think we're undefeated in 9 a.m. games, so here we go with the confidence thing again. But, we like where we're at. If you play against the Mountaineers right now, you're going to have to pitch pretty well to get us out. And hopefully our hitting will carry us through. But, for us to win this thing, we're going to need some superb pitching performances from here on out. Who that's going to come from, we don't have any idea yet, but our guys are ready, man.
Jackson, I can't remember if you'd mentioned it, but in that 9th inning, did you see it going out to right field underneath Ryan Long's glove when he was coming for it? Were you surprised when you were getting waved around third?
Yeah, I saw it. The plan was I was gonna try to take second on the throw home, and once I noticed that he missed it, I just kept going, and surprised I got the wave home, but
I was surprised I gave it to you.
yeah.
Coach, 9th inning when Garcia came up to bat, that ball obviously went to the deepest part of the ballpark, but just off the bat, what was going through your mind?
We had talked about it, Coach Matlock and I, when you know, the stage is set for a guy like that to do what he did after you give up the lead in the top of the ninth. For him to, you see it all the time. Guy hits first pitch for a walk-off homer in the bottom half. And Coach Matlock and I talked about what pitch to throw him, and he said he was going to go with fastball away, and that scared the heck out of me at the time because Zarb, I thought, was starting to get tired. This is his longest outing of the season, and I thought he was starting to get tired because, you know, got a couple more hits and running the bases. And I kind of wanted to see a breaking ball right there, but fortunately he hit it in front of the 415 sign instead of the 375 sign, or it probably would have went out. But yeah, it's just baseball. You know, he hit it to the deepest part of the park, and I thought after that, when Zarb went out in the 10th, when he could smell the end of the game, I thought his stuff got better. The fatigue was not a factor after that. I thought it was in the 9th, but in the 10th, the guy's a great closer, and when you can smell the end of the game, your stuff gets better.
Braden, this is the second time this year against the same team, you've scored more runs at the plate than you've given up on the mound. Is there something about Texas Tech you like playing up?
I couldn't tell you why that is. It just happens. Just go out there and throw, and we just decided to score more runs.